Hello and welcome to episode 3 of FTB Interactions. So there's going to be a slight change of plan. I did say at the end of last episode that we were going to start moving everything outside, but after some consideration I think I'm going to delay that a bit further. And we're going to just keep with the temporary setups in here. And it does mean there's going to be more stuff to move later on, but yeah, it's just not possible. I have like no building blocks and no defenses whatsoever, so outside is very, very dangerous still. So for now I'm just going to be hiding in this little cave here. I know it's not ideal and it looks like terrible, but I promise in the end we're going to have something amazing out there. So we finished last time by making the squeezer, and I've set up the automated system with a on-off switch here. So right here we can put in ores and it'll squeeze it into dust, and then we can smelt them here in our furnace controller, which is not completed yet. I'm still waiting on some more seared brick smelting up in the kiln. But once that's finished, I think this thing can like smelt stacks at a time, so it's fairly decent, at least for early game tech wise. So today I think we're going to be starting this page here, which is the steam age. Hopefully we can make some steam by the end of the episode, which does mean we need to get into some basic Thaumcraft as well, because we need to do this recipe for alchemical brass. And we also have to unlock the research and things like that as well. Some of you might know how I feel about Thaumcraft, but we'll save that for another time. Anyways, we also are going to need a lot more resources than we currently have, because all of this stuff requires bronze, and one of the components of bronze is copper, as well as tin. So I'm going to start off today with some mining. I'm going to just probably chill out here, put on some music and get digging. Probably I'm going to spend a few hours just so I don't have to do it later on, and we can keep going with progression and get a little momentum going. Okay, so I hope this is going to be enough copper and tin to get us started. The last thing that we need is some V crystals to get into Thaumcraft. So this is the Thaumcraft page here, and the first quest is to get V crystals. The way we can get V crystals right now is to mine them from ores. So for example, we have air infused ore mixed in with the emerald vein, and they spawn just like any other ores. So I'm going to have to find some of that, and then we can get started. One more thing before I go out and try and find these V crystals is thank you to Jacob, who left a comment on last episode about the scanner modules. Last time I was trying to use this but I didn't have any modules, but it turns out they're actually available in here. I don't really know how I missed that, so I've installed one which has the rare ores, and I also kind of want to get this range upgrade. It turns out I actually did get an ender pearl a while ago. I found it just sitting on the ground somehow, so an enderman died somehow and left it for me. So yeah, that was very, very lucky. So we can just make this with another blank scanner module and some local valence, which I should have some left. I'm going to need to make some more of this as well. There's a range add-on and a quest also as well. So with this we can scan for all the rare ores in the area, and this is going to make it a lot easier to spot veins rather than blindly digging down and trying to find stuff. So yeah, I'm going to get some V crystals and then we'll start with Thaumcraft and the steam age. So I'm not too far away here, I can actually see a village here, so let's go check it out. Let's see what goodies they've got for us. It's some interesting generation they've got going on there. Oh look, we got a cauldron. I guess I'll take that as a spare. A bed, which is I think useless, but we'll take it anyway. Apparently we can find peace candles in churches. I've seen it on one of the, I think it was on the tooltip of the peace candle actually. So that's going to be really nice if we get one of those, but it's just a bonus, I'm not expecting it. Let's see what we got at the top of the hill here. Nothing so far from this village, just some emerald nuggets, which is nice, I guess. It's basically free hammers, so that's good for the ore doubling at this stage. Another cauldron. That's about the extent and the value of this place. Okay, well, we keep looking for the V crystals. I think I found a vein here. It's pretty far down, but I'm going to see what there is. Oh yeah, we got Certus quartz and quartzite, and there should be some entropy infused ore in here, which we can pure daisy into entropy crystals, and I think this will be enough to get us started, so I'm going to mine a bit of this. Okay, so I got about 3 stacks of the V crystal ore, and we just put this around the pure daisy. The next thing the quest wants us to do is to make some Salus Mundus. And if there's one thing I've learned about Omnifactory is batch crafting is definitely your friend, so I'm going to make more than one of this. I don't know exactly how many we're going to need, but as with everything going forward, I'm definitely going to start batch crafting. So once we get this, we can then make our Thaumanomicon. There, as you can see, it's now turning into the crystals. So to make the Salus Mundus, we need to have mana. I have some of it stored in this tank. I have 2 buckets, which will be enough to get us started. Take that water out of there. So once we put mana in, and is it the hammer? Yes, it is. So this will give us 5. Well, I guess it's 250 millibuckets each. Sure. Let's just do it all. Let's make 8, because I know for a fact we're going to use it. Or actually no, we don't have enough local valence, so we'll make 5, that's enough. Next is the Thaumanomicon, which is basically Thaumcraft's guide. And we also have a warning here about flux and warp effects, which really I'm not a big fan of, but it's what we got to work with, so we have to deal with it. So if I remember correctly with Thaumcraft, you have to right click the Salus Mundus on a bookshelf. And this gives us our Thaumanomicon. So from here, there's a lot of different research that we have to do, and I think actually in this pack we have the option to make the cheater's Thaumanomicon. This is basically a creative item, but they've added a custom recipe for it. So it is quite a ways off. There is some tech that we don't quite have yet, like some Astral Sorcery stuff. But eventually we can make this and skip all the research. Well, not all, but all of the end game research. But for now we have to continue as is. So next up we need to make a crucible, which I think is from the cauldron, if I remember correctly. And luckily we actually just got a second cauldron from the village. So I think it's just same again with this. Okay, maybe not. Okay, here we go with the annoying Thaumcraft. So we actually have to research it first before we can craft it. It's not going to let us... This is actually the way we have to make it, but it doesn't let us because we haven't unlocked it through the research. So, I think we need an arcane work table first. And I believe that is like this. Yeah, there's our workbench. So if we pick this up, this should give us the research. Yeah, so now we can move on, make our thermometer. So we need some gold plates and a mana orb. Gonna have to quickly process some gold down here. And oh, by the way, I did finish up this furnace. So currently we have it 4 tall right now. That 5th layer is not completed yet. But this can smelt 16 stacks per slot here. It does consume some lava as fuel, but it's pretty efficient, all things considered. But actually, there's some more seared brick, so we might be able to take it up another level and increase the capacity. In fact, what I might do is just expand it horizontally instead. Okay, I expanded it out a little bit more, and we now have quite a bit of capacity in our seared furnace. So we can now process all of our dusts into ingots, rather than using the porcelain melter. This is going to be much faster. Oh, and it's done already. Okay, nice. So I'm going to try and make as few plates as possible this way, since it is very expensive to do it like this. I really want to get machines up so that we can get them 1-to-1. But there's our 4 gold plates, and we also need this mana orb as well. So I think it's like this, yeah. So we get this glass orb and we have to fill it with mana. Unfortunately I've run out, so I'm going to have to go out and get some more. It is daytime, so I should be able to make it in time. But my inventory is a bit clogged. Oh, actually, I remembered we get this quest reward of a tungsten steel drum, which can hold 256 buckets. So I'm going to take that, actually, and we can fill this with mana. I've got an extra bucket with me. Okay, let's try and get out to that mana pool before before dark. Actually, is that the closest one? Oh no, there's one there. Okay, we'll go to that one instead. Okay, I'm going to try and fill this all the way to the top with mana, because it's going to be useful rather than coming back here. And as for these glass orbs, I don't remember how to fill these things. Did we just throw them in? Oh yeah, we do. Okay. And it's getting night as well. Alright, I just got 17 buckets here, that'll do for now. Anyways, with our gold plates and the mana orb, we can make our thermometer. And with this, we can start scanning everything. Scan all the chests. So that should have unlocked a bunch of stuff. We got first steps completed. This gives us the arcane stone. And this should also unlock the crucible as well. So there's our crucible there. Can scan that. And I think that'll complete that research. I think we have to pick it up for the quest. For the FTB quest, that is. Alright, let's see what's next. Brass is what we need. This is what we're after. There is still a few more steps to go though. I think we'll have to follow the Thaumcraft research down here. Oh wait, we might have unlocked it already. Yeah, the Thaumonomicon's asking us to make it, so we need instrumentum and copper ingots to make one alchemical brass. So I think we can view it through JEI. Instrumentum. So it's metallum plus potentia. And all of these items here give us these aspects. But if you've never played with Thaumcraft before, it does take a little while to get your head round. But these aspects are on just about every single item. If we hold shift, we can see here, for example, the fishing rod has 10 of aqua and 5 instrumentum. So the instrumentum is what we're after, but if we throw this in the crucible, it destroys the item and gives us the aspects. But we'll also get the excess, and having too much excess will cause flux in the area. And if we get flux, then our whole base turns purple, and yeah, it's basically game over. So we obviously don't want that. So there's a couple of different ways we can combat that. The most optimal is to throw in something with only instrumentum on it. But there's very few items in the game with only one aspect. So the second best thing we can do is use quartz slivers, and that takes away most of the excess and gives us it back as crystals. But if I remember from before, we can use wood shovels. Is that still the case? Yeah, wood shovels has 4, and we need 5 for the craft. So we're going to be making 4 alchemical brass at a time, and that way there won't be any excess left in the crucible. And in fact, the quest reward for the crucible also gives us these slivers. Oh, and it also unlocks the Everfall urn. Okay, that's pretty useful for this crucible over here for when we're processing ores. So to get this going, we have to have fire underneath and water inside. And then we can toss in our shovels. So I have 4 here. I'm going to toss in these one at a time. And you definitely have to be careful with what you throw in here, because it does destroy the item. But as you can see, we got our alchemical brass out. Oops, I threw in one too many there. Let's put in some slivers, and yeah, it'll give us the metallum back. Doing that once or twice it isn't too bad, but we definitely don't want to throw in too much excess. So as you can see, we're at 19.2 flux in the top left corner of your screen. So the dark purple bar is the one that we don't want, that's flux. And the light purple is basically the amount of crafting energy we have in the chunk, so the more of that the better. But anyways, yeah, we now have alchemical brass, and we actually get some more from the quest reward. So this now allows us to progress through the steam age. We get 4 more from this one as well, as some nitre, which I'll just leave that there right now. But next up we have to make some boilers. So for this we're going to need a whole lot of bronze and brass plates as well as bricks. So I'm going to gather up a bunch of resources and we'll get ready to progress here. I'm going to clean up a little bit as well, actually. Alright, so I have 3 stacks of copper processed here. We can turn this into 4 stacks of bronze, which I hope is going to be enough to get us started. And we'll also smelt all of this up. I'm also cooking up some bricks as well in here. This thing is really good. I've been using it quite a bit. I also made up some of the Everfull urns. I made, I think, 4 or 5. Yeah, there's 3 in there, 1 there, and 1 over by this cauldron. While I was making it though, I messed up the recipe and made some clay instead, so it left some excess and I kind of made a mess. So we're up to 41.8 flux, as you can see. I think we're still going to be okay, but I really do have to be careful with this. Alright, there's our bronze. That should also be our quest. And I was watching back the game footage from earlier on, back when we first started the Thaumcraft stuff. I noticed in the chat box it came up with a game message, so I think we've progressed to the next stage, which means that we have more difficult mobs spawning. I don't know exactly what spawns now, although I noticed that there wasn't any creepers in the world, so maybe we're going to start getting those. Anyways, there's some double bronze, and we can turn this into plates, and same with the alchemical brass. I think I'll have to make some more of this, to be honest. But that'll give us both of the quests. Oh, and it also gives us some zinc. It says here zinc is only available in the nether. Obviously we haven't been to the nether yet. But zinc, I think, is used in brass production, so eventually we're going to be able to use this to make brass. Instead of the Thaumcraft way. So it's nice that it gives us this, so I might just keep it though. I don't know, we'll see. Anyways, next we got a couple of options. We have to make the bricked bronze hull. This is used, it looks like, in a lot of the steam machines. We're going to need a few of these. We have also the steam boiler. So this will burn furnace fuels for steam and produce steam. And then also the bronze hull is another component that's used in, I think, multi-blocks as well as the steam machine. So we're going to need a handful of each of these. Probably more than a handful, to be honest. So there's the brick bronze hull and the regular bronze hull. That gives us the 2 quests. And we'll make the boiler as well. Where's the boiler? Oh, we got a trophy for that as well. It gives us some bronze plates. Nice. So now we have access to all of these machines. So we got the compressor, the alloy smelter, the forge hammer, the, what is this? Extractor. And the macerator. We're going to want all of these, I think. So I'm probably just going to craft up 1 of each. I think we can scan all of this. Yeah, this is giving us a bunch of research here. Anyway, I'm getting distracted. I also I had to make some glass for the bottles for the Everfull urn. We can't smelt glass the regular way. So the most efficient way I've found is to use the pure daisies. And then use this glass cutter, which I made just with some iron plates. And we can even ultimine this, so we get 16 at a time. So we just place some sand around here, and then, yeah, that's the way I've been getting glass. So that's pretty cool. Anyways, yeah, I'm going to grind up for some more resources here. I'm going to make some more brass. And make all of these machines in this page. Okay, so we're going to need some pistons. There's 16 to begin with. We are also going to need some bronze pipe. And with those we can make a macerator, an extractor, an alloy smelter, a compressor, and the last machine is a forge hammer, which means we need an anvil. And I'm a little bit short on iron right now, so I'm going to go grab some iron really quick. Oh yeah, and as I suspected, we're now getting creepers here. That's the first one I've seen in the world, but I would imagine it's because of the game stage advancement in the quest book. I don't know if I've shown this before, but I really quickly last night set this up for drying racks. So we put input items into this chest. This has an extraction conveyor upgrade in it. And these go over these conveyors here, which have the drop-in upgrades. They will drop it into the drying rack. Once the item dries, it will drop into the whopper and be put in this output chest. And since these things are very primitive, very basic, I just have a conveyor going into the back, and then it cycles back into this chest to stop the items despawning. So it basically resets the despawn timer, and they will just continue in a loop until all of the items are dried. So I've been using that for things like plastic to turn into rubber and whatnot. There's a couple of other uses for it as well. But wow, that is a lot of mobs outside. I don't know if I'm going to get any iron at this rate. Oh, the creeper even goes invisible as well. Oh, that is dangerous. Yeah, look at that. And one of them got me already. He already blew the front door off. This could be a death here. You got this guy somehow got in here, and he has a very powerful axe on him. And finally we got enough iron for the anvil, which means we can also make our last steam machine, which is the forge hammer. So now we have all 5 machines. We have to actually set them up now. Where do we want these? I guess it's only temporary anyway. I'm going to move them pretty soon anyway. So when we put these down, we can burn regular fuels in here. I don't even know if I have any coal right now, do I? I don't think so. We might be using wood for now. But we can... Actually, wait. There was a warning about water. So we have to supply this with both water and furnace fuels. So for the water, I think we can make a aqueous accumulator. Is that available to us yet? It looks like it. We've made the Everfurl urn. These fluid ducts, what do these take? Take some lead, which we haven't actually found yet though. And then this will output steam to a certain side, which means that we need a wrench. I think we'll make a raw iron wrench. So there's our first wrench. And with this we can rotate the output of the steam. Wait, maybe it outputs all sides. Maybe it's for these that it was mentioning about the wrench. Ah yeah, so this is the exhaust basically. So it has to exhaust steam, otherwise it backs up and it will clog the machine. I do want to make a bucket actually, and we can just manually input this for now. So a bucket just takes some iron plates and a hammer. There we are. So I'll use this and... Okay, so now we have 1 bucket of water in there. If we put in fuel, it should start making steam. Okay, I think this might be a... Oh wait, the Everfurl urn does work. I placed it here and it didn't do anything, but it seems to be filling this thing. So I think we can get away with putting off the aqueous accumulator for now. Although we will need that once we get to the upgraded version of this. There's a multi-block, I know, that you can make steam with. I think it's in this one here. Yeah, it's these 2 quests here. There's a multi-block, and I think we will need an aqueous accumulator for that. But we'll make that soon enough. Anyways, that is filling up with water, so it should not blow up now. And I'm not sure what this is. I don't know if that's a heat bar or a steam bar. I don't know why we're not getting any steam out of this. Oh, we actually are. It's just it's being transferred to the block next to it, which is why this is shown as empty. Okay, so we're getting steam, and I'd like to make some more plates so I can make some more pipe in order to transfer the steam. So I'm going to run some pipe behind here so we can power all of these. So to make pipe we need some more plates, and I think it's 3 to 2 in here. Yeah, it's 3 to 2. Okay, it's working. It's pretty slow. But yeah, we got our first plates from our machines. Nice. So obviously this is extremely inefficient, but it's better than the handcrafting that we had. But soon enough we will upgrade these to LV machines and probably just completely do away with these. I'm a little bit concerned about this bar still going up, even though it's got water in it. I'm not actually sure why that is. I really don't want this to blow up because machine explosions are enabled in this pack, unlike in Gregtech. So I've made some more pipe, and I think we can run this along here, and this will transfer the steam. Now all of these should be getting steam, although it's very, very slow. Maybe this one has to fill up first, and then it will move on to the next one. But next it wants us to make a coke oven, which I think we will do. This is going to give us coal coke and also creosote oil, which I believe we do actually need to progress. So to make this we need some coke oven bricks, which we can make with clay. And I have some clay, but I think I might have to go out and get some more. Or set up the strainers again. Oh no, I have quite a lot here. Okay, well there's 2 stacks. If we throw this in fire, we'll get our coke oven bricks. And we're going to need another bucket as well. So this is a good excuse to use our new forge hammer for plating. So there's the coke oven hatch, the controller block, and we already have the brick blocks that we need as well. So let's just put this here in the wall, I guess, for now. So we can use the Gregtech preview for this by shift right clicking, which is pretty handy. So that gives us the quest for the coke oven, and it also unlocks 2 more. This one is a improved coke oven, which we're going to want to make. And this one's telling us about the infernal furnace, which is our gate to LV. So by completing this, we get the Thaumcraft research in order to make it. Oh, I see why these weren't transporting any steam. It's because they're locked on water. This Everfall urn is filling the pipes themselves. Anyway, I think this is a good point to wrap this up. We almost got this full quest page completed, which is really, really good. Next time we're going to move on to hopefully fully automating the large bronze boilers. And there's also Astral Sorcery involved with this, with the tree beacon. So hopefully we can get all of that done next episode. And I guess we'll also have to set up our infernal furnace, which involves some steel, some crude steel. Anyways, that's going to be for next time. And yeah, I really have to start thinking about this base setup, because otherwise this place is going to turn into a mess. But yeah, thanks again for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow for some more FTB interactions.